Hey guys, it's Queen Can, and I had the opportunity to do a radio show the other day with Stanley Wilson, and his radio station is located out in Charlotte, and he's also broadcasting live. I think it's called hiphoplive.com. I'll put that information in the post when I post this. But what I talked about was the ability to be uncheatable upon. Now, most people are looking for someone in whatever type of relationship that you're in, whether it's a male-female relationship, whether it's a mother-daughter, a father-son. We are always putting the keys to our happiness in someone else's pocket. And what we have to realize, what we fail to realize, is we let our own selves down. And how we do that is we are thinking that someone else can fill the void, that someone else can uphold the responsibility of keeping us happy, of making us whole. And what the issue really is that you have people who are misaligned with their source. So once we are misaligned with our source, once we are misaligned with our purpose, then we have something called feelings, because we don't have, or we are not maintaining our state of mind. You are more than just a mere...
There's a disabled vehicle ahead.
You are more than just a man or a woman, okay? You've been put here for a good reason, and that reason is inside of you, and it's begging to come out. So until we realize that everyone is going to do exactly what you don't want them to do, when you set up your greatest fears and you enter into these relationships. Let me explain. So we get into these relationships, and for instance, we say, I'll be with you, but don't you ever cheat on me. You just cheated yourself, because you let those words come out your mouth. You let that sit on your heart as fear. And like the Bible speaks about, like Job spoke about, my greatest fears have come upon me. You just gave the devil, if I can, a foothold. So what I'm challenging you to do is to lift up your bed, to elevate your thinking, and to understand that people can only do unto you as you do unto yourself. People can only hurt you as you hurt yourself. So maintain your own position of love. How can we expect someone to love us? How can we expect someone to respect us? How can we expect someone to not do us?
There's a disabled vehicle ahead.
If we're not prepared to do these things for ourselves, we have to let people be free. We have to let people live. And I understand that people make quote unquote promises, but it's maybe those exact things that we need to look at, because this life is long, and the last thing you want to do is to hold somebody to something that they said when they were X, Y, and Z person. You want people to be free. We should be setting each other free, not holding each other captive. So the message is, love yourself enough to take the limits off of other people, because that allows the limits to be taken off of you. The same way you're dishing it out is the same way that you're heaping it upon yourself. So understand that a whole person, a person who is on a mission, a person who is involved in their purpose, they don't have time to concern themselves with things such as, oh, well, he said that he was going to do this, or she said she was going to do this, and they didn't do it. That's going to drive you crazy. Pay attention to the things that you can control. Pay attention to the keys that you have in your own pocket, that you take out and you stick into your own ignition. No one has to start you. No one has the ability, or should have the ability, to stop you. We're focused on the wrong things. If you want a loving relationship, if you want a relationship where you don't have to worry about these sorts of things, then you need to raise your vibration, because you're only going to attract what you are. So we're meeting people on these lower levels, and then we're getting exactly what we should at these lower levels. So I'm challenging you to lift your bed up high. And that lifts your vibration. When you think greater thoughts, when you take into consideration what I'm telling you, and you exchange the truth you have now, what leaves you anxiety ridden, what leaves you depressed, what leaves you feeling that you are lacking, I'm asking you to exchange that for a higher truth. That is always wholeness. That is always coming from a place of abundance. That's always coming from a place of love. Because no one can usurp that from you. You have been gifted with these things from source. You came here whole. And it is my duty to make sure that you leave here whole. I love you guys. Deuces.